Hey subscribers, thanks for tuning in. Thought I'd do a short video on just the channel to date and pretty much a summary of Season 4 and where I think that's gone. First of all, a huge big thank you for reaching 1,000 subscribers. The kids are very excited and like seeing the subscriber count tick up even a little bit slowly, but that's all fun and exciting. So I suppose, yeah, Season 4. How have we got here? It's been over 3 years now doing this channel and having a heap of fun doing it. A lot of trial and error and just trying to find the right mix as to how it all sticks together. I think it's slowly come together. If you watch some of the earlier videos from Season 1, which I kind of leave sitting up there as a bit of a reality check for where it started, but it's good to see where it's come to date, and I'm looking forward to taking it even further past Season 5 and etc, etc. So I suppose Season 4, how do we go to get here? You know, I suppose during halfway through Season 3 I started to enjoy the story content, the narrative coming through it, pretty much making a lot of it up as I was going at that stage. Just if you look back to Season 1, you'll see just battle after battle after battle, no real cohesion between it all. So I thought, really, I get the enjoyment out of the storylines, and I really want to take that a lot further into the future. Like, I've got plans for Season 5, which I'll go through in the next couple of weeks, and probably got some more longer term ideas past there. So look, I suppose we hit Season 4. I went away and had a big soul searching exercise of what I liked and what I didn't like about Season 4. I've got a few comments coming through about bits and pieces I'm doing right and wrong and things like that, but I suppose I just made a list about what I think I liked about it and what I didn't. I suppose, looking at some of the pros first, what I really enjoyed the character Blatz. Had a lot of fun with him. He got up to a bit of mischief, as you've seen some of the Orc videos that I've done, the later ones. I liked doing that sort of stuff, so Blatz was a big tick for me. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of the changing some of the visual effects. Now, I'm not an expert. I've had no background in video editing or anything like that. Before I started this channel, it's just been winging it all the way, and I enjoyed doing little things like I think I had an Iron Hands character have his head explode at one stage. That was pretty fun. I like trying to work with, say, the deep strike mechanics, just how they come in. I've got in some of the later ones, I've got like a portal opening, and they basically come out of the portal. So that's a bit of fun. I just kind of looking at new ideas of ways to do things. I think I'm getting better with the pacing of it. I think sometimes it's a bit slow at the wrong times and a bit fast at the wrong times as well. So that's just an evolution thing, I think. And hopefully we'll refine it. I've noticed, I've just been talking to a few friends, not through YouTube, but they've probably mentioned that some of the people who'll be watching this are probably people, maybe people my age or a bit younger, but they might have jobs and they're watching their lunch hour and things like that. But some of these videos might be going a little bit long for say a lunch hour, or just other people got commitments. So I don't know an optimal time for these things to run, maybe half an hour or something like that, but you'll notice the final goes for sort of almost an hour. So I've just got to try and work out the right timing of that. You can't even read my own writing there. There you go. I'm working with it was Michael Newell who's making a lot of those terrain boards, but he's working with Brendan now with Terraforge. They've renamed themselves, so I really love their boards. You've got to have a look at them. I mean, you've seen them on my, in my battles, but they do a really great job, and they look a million miles better in reality rather than through YouTube. So you've got to check those guys out. That's a lot of fun. Look, I enjoy, adding. I particularly like the storylines with the orcs. I like injecting, my own version of humour. I don't know if that's humour or not, but I enjoy it. So I enjoy putting that in there. And just having an original storyline. Look, I know there's a lot of background stories for 40k, and I know I'm treading across lore at different times, but it's just fun to do and just explore where that's going to go. So that's probably the pros. I like to start off a positive note, but I do have negatives. So these are things that I'll probably go to work on in the future. Number one, probably moving large groups. If I've got a huge lot of infantry and I have to move them across the table bit by bit, it might just look like it's about half a second of video, but it takes ages to do, and I want to try and work on different ways to do that, because I really want to just kind of put out more and more videos really, and I would bog down for 2 days while I'm moving a bunch of guys, 3 or 4 feet, so that's a negative, I suppose. I really don't think I've sort of nailed the hand-to-hand mechanics when they're sort of fighting in close combat. I've sort of got the same sounds and how that works. I've got some ideas that I'm trying to flesh out with maybe markers, for blood and things like that. But I've got to really try to limit the post-production element to it, because, for the final, for instance, it might have felt like it took a month to record and take the photos, and probably a month, best part of a month again to actually edit it all. So what I do is I try and get ahead in my videos throughout the year. So like for most of the year I was between five or 6 battles ahead, which I was releasing them fortnightly. So that's I was fairly ahead. Now when I finished the final, I'm taping this today's Christmas Eve. There you go, it's Christmas Eve now. But I finished editing the final like about 20 minutes ago, and but I will be uploading that like in less than a week's time. So as the battles get longer, it's I fall behind, and I do have a full-time job and family and all that sort of stuff, and it's pretty hard to. I won't whinge anymore, but I need to find different ways to get the mechanics to work quicker and better. Another con. Look, I'm using the name now. I've sort of cemented this name of this galaxy as the Kravos system. Something in me, just the name could have been better, but too late now. It's invested. It is the Kravos system, so like it or lump it, that's what it is. Anyway, another con is probably my understanding of the lore. I read 40k books every night. My wife likes me to read a story, the 40k. So we're reading the Macarius Crusade, I think it is at the moment. We've finished reading the I can't even remember what it was now. Caphas Cain series. Really love that. Love the little elements of humour in there, and that's probably where I'm getting inspired into the channel from. Even though it's kind of different sort of humour, I suppose. I just like that sort of story. So, as far as the reading goes, yes, I do a lot of reading, but probably don't have a lot of time to sort of get immersed in sort of the 40k community as such. So, I've probably got a basic understanding of it, general understanding, but I've kind of added my own slant to it. So, that's what it is. Anyway. Look, another con is you can see the building of my abilities with camera work and photography, filming videos, backdrops, ironing the backdrops. as you know, I'm probably not very good ironer, so yeah, that's something that's evolving over time. So yeah, look, getting better at the actual, production ability. So I'm looking forward to improving on that. Look, one other thing is, I think I had a comment before, just a couple of days. Hans Paulson, he said, interesting concept, I liked it, had some, but some of the gaming choices had me bang my head on the table, having those tanks blocking the line of sight of the flash kits. Look, I wanted to explain how it works, because really I'm limited at the moment to a 6x4 table, and the way I do the turns, it's not really sticking to a true 40k turn structure. Look, I basically have a unit, and I sort of deal with everything to do with that unit in one go, rather than sort of flip between the movement phase for everybody and then come back and do the shooting and all that sort of stuff. So really, the more models I get on the table, really when I'm looking at doing the battle, it's more of, man, how do I navigate these models through the size of this table? So when I'm looking at a particular screen there, I'm saying, oh gee, I better move the tanks out of the way so I can start moving these guys out. But it's, I do make mistakes, so he's completely legit what he's saying there about, strategically it's not really a good move to make, but I'm probably not always thinking strategically. I'm thinking, oh man, I've just got to try and move these models out of the way so I can expand and open the board up a little bit. But I've got one solution I'm going to work on in Series 5, and this is something I'll probably touch on later on in another video here, is that I'm just getting a larger board. So I'm working on 6x4, and I'm trying to move, with the help of the guys at Terraforge, we're going to move to 6x6. So I'll see how that goes. I'm not really sure, if that'll help a lot, but I've probably been focusing more on the story elements and how the battles try to really evolve on a bigger level than individual unit choices like what Hans said. So I hope that explains it a little bit. I've had other comments pretty much saying, what are you doing that? Those guys shouldn't be charging into hand-to-hand combat. Look, I think I had one a few series ago. I can't really load it up now, but I had a hand-to-hand unit, a ranged unit, some Tau or something like that, some Fire Warriors charging into combat, or something stupid like that. But that sometimes I'm doing this late at night and I probably don't make the best decisions. So apologies there, but I'll just keep trying to work on improving that as we go forward. Right, dimensions of the board. One thing I want to do as well, and I'm going to expand on this in the future videos, is I'm probably a bit optimistic here, but I want to give it a crack. I want to try and expand the appeal eventually beyond 40k. I know it's a bit much of an ask, but I want to try and build in more story elements, and this will come clearer in a couple of weeks, because I'm going to upload some more videos about what I'm doing in the background. Like at the moment, I'm kind of making up stories and stuff as I go, but I've probably got some more expansion in that area that I haven't released yet. So I'm going in a particular direction. It's pretty much story related, generally applicable to 40k, and I'm going to use the 40k platform for it, but I want people to be able to see it who probably aren't hardcore 40k fanatics, to sort of say, oh yeah, that's pretty interesting, let's go and have a look at that. So but at the same time not turn all the 40k fanatics off, so I'm trying to walk that tightrope, and I'll explain that more in future videos as we go forward. Another big negative I've got here is sustainability. Probably that's me at the time that I spend on doing this, because as I said before, I've got full-time occupation, family, 4 kids, and it's a lot of work to put these videos together. I want to do these, and I've been here in the middle of the night constantly producing this stuff at night, and I want to be able to do them, because the quality goes down if I'm sort of taping something at 2 or 3 in the morning. You get mistakes, and sometimes I'm moving a unit and they shouldn't really move there, but I'm saying, oh, it's easy for me to move it there because I'm stuffed. I don't want to take the hard route for that. So hopefully I can make something sustainable there that I can keep doing this for years to come, because I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, right. The other thing is, the last thing I've got on my list here is, now it's summertime here and our room gets really, really hot in here, and it's really unbearable, so I've really got to try and work on doing this in probably the colder months here in Australia, where otherwise you should be outside getting some sunshine. Can't spend every day inside with no sunlight. So that's probably a wrap on pros and cons, what I get out of season 4. I'll just, I suppose we look at the storyline and where the universe has gone. Not universe, but the Kravos system, I suppose. Like I said, it started in season 3. We identified this Kravos system. We've got this Inquisitor Yars, who's been commissioned to explore what happened at the end of season 3. So if you remember season 3, we had the final where we had even had the Emperor and elements of characters and models, warriors that have been died in millennia ago, but they're still fighting. There's this time rift thing going on. So a lot of the battles that we're seeing are 30k combined with 40k. This is what the whole reason Yars and Inquisitor Benedict came to the Kravos system to find out. We can't have a situation where Horus comes back or something like that and basically starts up where he left off. So that's what this whole Yars and Benedict were all about with their mission. But what we've really had is Benedict was really keen on finding what the cause of this was, and he really got focused on this relic. This relic was nothing to do with the actual reason for these old warriors coming back, but it allowed, it was basically an ability for all these chaos demons to take over a planet, as you've seen at the end of season 4, where the whole world was basically taken over. So Yars you can't destroy this relic. It just can't be destroyed for some reason or another. So instead of leaving it in the hands of chaos, he's taken off and launched himself into space to say, look, I just can't leave this in the hands of chaos. And that's where we leave it for season 5. Now I've already planned out season 5 and the battles. I'm going to do another video probably next week, just more about that. But because there's certain things I want to change in season 5 and areas I want to go into. But that's basically where we're at the end of season 4. I want to explore in season 5 where Yars is going to progress into, and it's very exciting. So that's probably a bit of a summary of what I'm thinking to date, and I suppose now we look forward to 2017, where I'll move into season 5, and over the next few weeks my planned videos are, like I said, today's Christmas Eve. I want to make about 4 or 5 of these type of videos just to explain what we want to move into as far as Series 5 goes, and a few other ideas. Then I probably want to have a couple of weeks off to have a rest, and then I'll probably get into season 5. Now, season 5 really, because of work commitments, etc., insert excuse here, I really would like to try and get 4 or 5 battles ahead, so then when I get to the bigger battles later in the season, I don't have to be, not in a situation where I have to upload you know, like I'm uploading fortnightly, then I have a gap of 2 months and then upload the final. So I'll try to keep it nice and consistent so everyone watches every fortnight. But it might mean that there's a gap of maybe a couple of weeks sort of in January. But if we start off in March or April or something, and then I'll just do it. It'll be a similar size, season 5, you know, 20 or so battles. I think, you know, I don't really want a season sort of spanning more than a year, you know, because years just keep ticking by. So I will keep looking at that and see where we go from there. So that's probably a bit of a background of season 4. I'll upload a couple of videos in the next few weeks just on a few different things, but stay tuned. I'm not going away, and hope you're looking forward to season 5. And thanks very much for watching, everybody. Okay, bye.